बोलो वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की। प्रपन्नाहं सदा श्यामा गुरु पादारविन्दयो तस्य प्रेरणया तस्य दिव्यादेशं वदाम्यहम्। अहो चित्रमहो चित्रम् वन्दे तत्प्रेमबन्धनम् यद्बद्धं मुक्तिदं मुक्तम् ब्रह्मक्रीडाभृगीकृतम् नमः कमलनाभाय नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमलपादाय नमस्ते कमलेक्षण यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्ब्रह्म देवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशम् mumukshurvai sharanamaham prapadye. Dear devotees, on the topic of recognizing a guru, I explained to you that there are 3 ways that we can recognize who is a true saint. One being the divine impact of their words when they're explaining philosophy. The second being the internal effect that we experience as our heart purifies through that Guru's grace, and we notice that our worldly attachments are decreasing and our attachment to Radha Krishna is increasing. And thirdly, by witnessing some of the sattvic bhav in the body of that saint. So these are 3 ways that we can recognize a guru. I told you that there is no mode of dress which is fixed, that saints have to dress a certain way. There is no fixed gender of a saint. There is no age restriction on who can be a saint. And there is no style of living which is enforced upon a saint. Saints may be sannyasis, they may have families. Then we got into the topic of also, in order to help us recognize who is a saint and who isn't a saint, I told you that there are 4 things that a true saint will not do. The first was give worldly boons or blessings. The second was give shrap, give curses or threaten to give curses. The third is that a saint will not make a pre-planned public exhibition of supernatural powers in order to gain a greater following. Now we come to the 4th one, and this one is one that has many, many people confused nowadays. You see, there's a tradition from ancient times of saints giving initiation. It's called Diksha. And people nowadays don't actually know what is the origin of that tradition. Diksha means a transfer of divine power from the Guru to a qualified disciple. Qualified means they've done their sadhana and their heart is 100% pure, and now into that pure Mayic heart the Guru can give Swarup Shakti, and the mind becomes divine and they experience divine bliss. This is the actual meaning of Diksha. Prem Dan, that is Diksha, and it is only possible to a qualified disciple. You see, if we are unqualified, meaning we haven't finished our sadhana, and we say, Guruji, give me Diksha, give me Prem Dan, I want that divine power. Guruji will say, where should I give it? You're like someone who's building a house and they haven't even finished the wiring in the house yet. There are no fixtures, light bulbs, light switches, outlets, nothing. And the person is saying, powerhouse, give me power. What is the powerhouse going to do? The powerhouse has the power and is ready to give it, but can't give it until that house is complete, until it's ready to receive the power. Once you receive the power, then you become a divine personality. You become a saint. So we all know we have to do sadhana to purify our heart, to become qualified to receive that divine power. If any guru were to transfer that divine power into a heart which was not purified, our body would vaporize, turn to ash. There's such a power in that Swarup Shakti. So Guru can't just go around indiscriminately putting his hand on people's head and gracing them with divine power. That's why we have to do sadhana. There's no shortcut. There's no getting around doing sadhana. Like, oh, Guruji, just put your hand on my head and give me a divine experience. Give me the vision of Radha Krishna. It doesn't work that way. That's like asking for the phal before doing the work. You're asking for the fruit before you plant and tend the fruit tree. You're asking for the rice before you put the plants in the field and add water. So this is the actual Diksha. A disciple has done sadhana, purified their heart, they're ready now. Then there's no need to even ask. The second a disciple is ready, Guruji transfers the power instantaneously, and your heart becomes divine, and you get divine bliss and the divine vision of Radha Krishna. It all happens in a moment. Now look at how this tradition... Oh, one more thing. Okay, at the moment that a devotee has become fully purified, there are different ways that saints in our history have made that transfer of power. Some have done it with a look in their eyes. They actually look in the disciples' eyes and transfer of power. Some did it with a hug. Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji was known to do that from time to time. Some did it by giving a mantra. This is called mantra diksha. So to a qualified disciple who has completed their sadhana, the Guru gives the mantra, and that mantra contains God's divine name and the unlimited divine power. And as soon as the disciple hears that mantra, he becomes God realized. But what's happening nowadays? People are getting ahead of themselves. When you first meet a guru, what do you have to do? At that time, it's called shiksha. The guru has to teach you what is the philosophy and what is the sadhana. Now do it. That's shiksha. But we replaced shiksha with diksha right from the get-go. That's what's happening in a lot of places nowadays. Guruji gives you the mantra and says, Bas, ab ho gaya. You keep repeating this mantra, mera kaam to ho gaya. You keep repeating this mantra, I'll meet you at the gates of Golok. That's it? Yeah, just repeat the mantra a certain number of times every day. Any way to know if I'm progressing or not? I've been repeating this mantra as prescribed for 20 years, and my worldly attachments, instead of decreasing, have increased. And my bhav to Bhagwan has not increased at all. Any way to know how I'm progressing? No need. I'll just keep doing it. I'll meet you in Golok. In other words, a nice shortcut. Like, not much work to do. Don't worry about what's right and what's wrong. Just, I gave you this mantra, that's it. So this is what's happening in the name of Diksha nowadays. And truth be told, I would say 90% of so-called gurus do this kind of diksha. We call it initiation. So this is a big dhoka. Whether they give it to you quietly in your ear, or some get like a bunch of people together like this and just in one shot tell everybody the mantra, and then they say, okay, now you have all become my disciples because I've given you the mantra. So according to the original practice, one should be ready to question, okay, Guruji gave me the mantra has divine power, now what has happened to me? Did I get the divine vision of Radha Krishna? Did I experience anything? No, I'm the same as I was before, same I am now. So, Guruji, why didn't I feel anything? Oh, you must not be qualified. That's why the mantra is powerful. I got it from my Guruji. So there's something wrong with you. Well, if there's something wrong with me, you can't identify who's qualified to receive the mantra and who isn't. Why did you give me the mantra? So this is a big confusion in the world, and a lot of people, they get a mantra, they have been told now, you are this person's disciple, and then when they meet a true guru who's giving correct knowledge, they say, but I already made one guru. How can I follow you? Yeah, you made one nakali guru who's just giving mantra to make disciples and then keep you psychologically bound to them so that you keep supporting them for your whole life. That's not a guru. Guru has to give the correct knowledge and guide you to do the sadhana, not say, I've done the work, now there's power in this mantra, don't worry about anything, I'll meet you in Golok. This is like just trying to show you a shortcut, and that draws a lot of people in. So we all want to become qualified to receive Diksha, but that's not the first thing that happens. First we get Shiksha, then we do sadhana, then at the end when our sadhana is complete, we get Diksha. Kripaluji Maharaj is, as far as I have heard, and I've listened to a lot of people, you've probably listened to a lot of people, he is the only one who tells this truth. And the fact is, it made him quite unpopular among certain Babajis, Panditjis, so-called gurus, who felt like, hey, he's going to take our livelihood away from us. This is how we make our living, by making disciples, giving them mantras. So if you feel threatened like that, then you'll oppose someone. But Kripaluji Maharaj didn't worry about what his level of popularity was. He had one concern: no beating around the bush, no sugarcoating it. This is the fact. Understand it and avoid these pitfalls. If you want to attain God in this life, you better be ready to avoid those pitfalls. You can waste so much of your life following a wrong path, a wrong guru. And at the end of your life, when you die and you see, oh, what? I'm going to Narak? But I did bhakti my whole life. You attached your mind to someone who was posing as a guru. If someone is posing as a guru and fooling others, and they're not even God realized, where do you think they're going? They're going to Narak, and if you attached your mind to them, you're going right along with them. So don't take it lightly. It's not a complicated thing to know what is this philosophy, right? I've been quizzing you every day. You're all getting it. You're following along. So it's not a complex philosophy, but we have to understand it carefully and stick to it and not end up going down a wrong path. We also can't say, hato jhagda, main isme nahi padunga. We can't say that either, like, oh, forget it, this guru business is too dangerous. I don't want to end up with a wrong guru, so I'm just not going to make anyone my guru. That won't work either. Our life will pass us by and we'll die and we'll see, what, I'm not getting another human birth? But I didn't kill anybody, I wasn't that bad. Yeah, but you didn't use your life for devotion either. So there's no escaping it. We have to learn this philosophy and then pray to Krishna to join us with a true guru. And with this knowledge, we can receive the true blessings of that guru, which are received inside, not outside with any kind of material blessings or a quick mantra, but internal change that happens over time. Those are the guru's real blessings. And they're received by us based on our effort in doing sadhana, our dedication to serve the guru, our surrender of our mind to the guru. However much we can become surrendered and serve the guru and do sadhana, that much grace we will receive, and we will see the progress. And if not, if we don't see progress, then it's time to make a change. Don't be afraid to change. If something's not working for you, hey, time's ticking. Your life is passing by. Don't just keep following someone for the sake of following. Find something that works. So this is the fourth thing that a true guru doesn't do, is give nakali diksha. They don't give pretend diksha to unqualified people. They make sure someone is qualified after completing their sadhana. Then they give diksha, which could be with a mantra, it could be with something else. The mantra is not required. And one other thing, no mantra is more powerful than any other mantra, and no mantra is more powerful than any single name of God. Anyway, it's the name of God in the mantra that gives it the power. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, we say. There are so many mantras, but it's the name of God that gives the power to that mantra. So whether you say a mantra in Sanskrit, or you sing a kirtan in Hindi, or you make up your own bhajan in English, you're chanting God's name with love. That's all that matters. So also don't get fooled into thinking that, oh, but this Guruji has an extra powerful mantra. That's going to make me reach my goal much faster. There is no such thing as a more powerful mantra or a more powerful name of God. They're all equal. अब मैंने अभी अंग्रेजी में बताया कि असली गुरु ये चौथी चीज नहीं करेगा, नकली दीक्षा नहीं देगा। असली दीक्षा ये है कि एक शिष्य एक गुरु के पास जाके ज्ञान लेता है, समझ लेता है, तत्व ज्ञान, फिर साधना करता है, गुरुजी की बताई हुई साधना करके अंतःकरण शुद्ध कर देता है। जब पूर्ण शुद्धि हो जाती है, गुरुजी फिर अपना काम करते हैं, वो स्वरूप शक्ति दान देते हैं, फिर प्रेमा शक्ति दान देते हैं, उस शिष्य के इंद्रिय मन बुद्धि सब दिव्य हो जाते हैं और राधा कृष्ण का दिव्य दर्शन कर लेते हैं। ये असली दीक्षा है। दीक्षा का मतलब है शक्ति देना। तो अनधिकारी को शक्ति गुरु नहीं दे सकता है, अधिकारी को, जिसने साधना के द्वारा अपने अंतःकरण को पूर्ण शुद्ध कर लिया, उस शिष्य को ही दे सकता है। यदि किसी अनधिकारी शिष्य को दे देता है तो वो भस्म हो जाएगा, उसका शरीर राख बन जाएगा, एक हड्डी का टुकड़ा भी नहीं मिलेगा। इतनी बड़ी शक्ति है। तो हमको पहले अधिकारी बनना है, फिर गुरुजी अपनी शक्ति दे सकते हैं। लेकिन आजकल क्या होता है, गुरु लोग शिष्य को बनाने के लिए व्याकुल रहते हैं। तो शिष्य को बनाने के लिए गुरु लोग कहते हैं, आओ आओ आओ, मेरे पास बहुत सिद्ध मंत्र है, दीक्षा ले लो मुझसे। तो ऐसे बोल देते हैं कान में या माइक में या किसी तरह मंत्र दे के शिष्य बना लेते हैं, अब तू मेरा शिष्य है। ऐसे बहुत बड़ा फॉलोइंग हो जाता है। ठीक है, लेकिन उस शिष्य को क्या मिला है? क्या उस मंत्र सुनकर अंदर कोई परिवर्तन हुआ है? नहीं, कुछ नहीं, जैसे पहले था वैसा ही है। और 20 साल के बाद भी उस मंत्र का जाप करते करते अब हिसाब किताब देख लो क्या हाल है अंदर। क्या संसारी आसक्ति कम हो गई है? नहीं, बढ़ तो गई है। अच्छा, और भगवान के प्रति प्यार बढ़ गया? नहीं, वैसा था, जैसा था वैसा ही है, या थोड़ा सा कम भी हो सकता है, क्योंकि इतना टेंशन है बच्चों का, ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन का, तो भगवान के बारे में सोचने का क्या फुर्सत रहता है। ये 20-30 साल के बाद का हाल है। उस मंत्र का डेली जाप करते भी कोई अंदर परिवर्तन नहीं हुआ है। तो ये दीक्षा, ऐसा दीक्षा नहीं हुआ करता। पहले शिक्षा होती है, गुरु हमको सिखाते हैं तत्व ज्ञान और साधना बताते हैं, फिर हमारे ऊपर है साधना करने का। ये नहीं चलेगा कि मैंने मंत्र दे दिया, तुम मेरा शिष्य हो गए, अब गोलोक में मिलेंगे, और कुछ नहीं करना है गुरुजी। नहीं, बस जाप कर लो हर रोज, प्रतिदिन इतना मंत्र जाप करो। अच्छा, कोई पैमान है जानने के लिए कि मैं उन्नति कर रहा हूं? नहीं नहीं नहीं, उसका फिक्र मत करो, बस जो मंत्र मैंने दिया है उसका जाप करो, हम मिलेंगे गोलोक में। तो ये नकली दीक्षा है। ऐसे नकली ढोंगी बाबाओं के पास न जाना चाहिए, न जानना चाहिए, क्योंकि हमारा जीवन वेस्ट हो जाएगा, व्यर्थ हो जाएगा यदि हम नकली गुरु अपनाते हैं। तो ये बात समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है कि मंत्र देने से कुछ नहीं होता है। जब हमारा अंतःकरण शुद्ध नहीं है तो वो मंत्र सिद्ध शायद होगा, दिव्य मंत्र होगा, लेकिन कोई असर नहीं पड़ेगा, हमको साधना करनी पड़ेगी। तो ऐसे गुरुओं के पास न जाइए जो ऐसे मंत्र दे के शिष्य बनाते हैं और कोई काम नहीं है, न तत्व ज्ञान समझाते हैं, न साधना बताते हैं। उनसे बचो, बच के रहिए। तो ये चौथी चीज़ है जो असली गुरु नहीं करेगा, वो नकली दीक्षा नहीं देगा, पहले शिक्षा करेगा। जो अधिकारी बन जाता है उसी शिष्य को दीक्षा देगा और उसी क्षण उस शिष्य को दिव्य दर्शन हो जाएगा। Okay, now we have one final thing to cover. We have enough knowledge to recognize who is a true guru and to benefit from the guru. But there's one place where we make a mistake. We start judging the guru's behavior according to what we think is right and wrong. After all, Shri Krishna said in the Gita, Yadyada charati shreshthas taro janah sayat pramanam kurute lokastadanu vartate. Arjun, people will imitate great men and women. So whatever their actions are, others will tend to imitate it. So you would think that both God and true saints would always do those actions which are according to the dharma we have to follow. That way we could imitate their actions and we would learn how to follow dharma. But it's not the case. Dharma vyatikramo drishta ishvaranam cha sahasam tejiyasam na doshaya vahne sarvabhujo yatha. In the Bhagavatam, Parikshit got confused by Shri Krishna. Why? Because it was the middle of the night and he went out on the bank of Yamuna and played on his flute and called all the gopis to come and do Maharas. So we all know that this is a divine Leela and all these gopis are souls who are going to meet God to take part in the sweetest Leela of all, doing Ras with Radha and Krishna. This we know. But what if you looked at it from a purely material perspective? A wife leaving the house in the middle of the night, going off into the jungle to meet someone else, and Krishna meeting all of them? So someone who doesn't have proper knowledge may say, whoa, what's happening? Krishna is God. Why is he doing something that appears to be against dharma? Sometimes saints do things. I mean, even the gopis are saints. They're the highest saints, whose foot dust was even sought after by Brahma. And they are doing such a thing against dharma in the middle of the night? So Parikshit, when he heard this description that all the gopis left their house and went to join Krishna for Ras in the middle of the night, he said, whoa, 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 Guruji, what's happening? Why is God doing things that appear to be against dharma? Why are the gopis doing things against dharma? So Shukdev ji said that sometimes God and saints do things that appear to be against dharma. Dharma vyatikramo drishta. It appears to be against dharma. But they have the power to do that and not be affected by it. Ishvaranam chasahasam. They have the power. They don't even have to worry. We have to worry about following dharma or not following dharma. If we follow dharma, our mind is becoming more sattvic. That will bring us closer to God. If we're not following dharma, it means we're doing tamas actions. That's going to pollute our mind and take us farther from God. So what we do affects our mind, and whomever we attach our mind to, we take on the effect of that. So we are always being influenced. Vishayan dhyayataschittam vishayeshu vishajjate mamanusmarataschittam mayyeva praviliyate. Bhagavatam. When you attach your mind to worldly things, your mind gets more engrossed and tied up in the world. And when you attach your mind to Shri Krishna or a divine saint, your mind is freed from its worldly attachments and it gets actually merges or attains a state of unity with Shri Krishna. So we're influenced one way or the other. But are saints and God influenced? No. They are like fire. If you put something pure in the fire, like some rice or some ghee, what happens? It takes on the form of the fire. The fire just burns it, so it also starts burning. Let's say you put something dirty in the fire, some garbage. What happens to that garbage? It also burns. The fire gave its form to the garbage. The garbage became fire. But was the fire made impure by the garbage? Impossible. The fire always remains pure. It doesn't matter what touches it. Something pure, something impure. It makes everything pure and itself remains pure. The sun, the light from the sun falls on all kinds of objects. Pure objects, the dirtiest of dirty objects. But the sun is not affected or made impure by any of that. Gangaji absorbs all the rivers and creeks and even dirty gutter water flowing into Ganga. It all enters in, and what happens to it? It becomes Ganga. It gets purified. But it's impossible to make Gangaji ashuddh, impure. Just like this, God and saints can touch anything, whatever comes into contact with them. In other words, mentally. Whoever mentally makes contact with God or a divine saint, they take on the form. In other words, they take on the same divine form as that saint or as God. So God and saints cannot be made impure by adharmic looking behavior. It has no effect on them, just like throwing garbage in the fire has no effect on the fire. Doing anything that appears to be against dharma doesn't affect the saint. It's not actually against dharma. You see, here at Yugal Kunj, we're having a summer camp. We have age 3 to 6, we have age 7 to 9, we have age 10 to 14, and we have some high school age volunteers. There is a different dharma for each of them. In other words, different rules, right? Like for instance, when we sing the Bhog Geet at 12 noon, everybody has to sit. Okay, one rule for everybody. But then after the Bhog Geet, The 3 to 6 and 7 to 9 go and eat lunch. The 10 to 14, they stay here and do arti. Different rules? Not one rule for everybody? Yeah. You parents go to bed at, who knows, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. Your 6-year-old, you make them go to bed at 8 o'clock at night. Different rules for different people. Your 10-year-old can't drive your car. If the 10-year-old says, this is unfair, why are you allowed to drive a car? There's different rules for different levels of intelligence, levels of physical ability, and levels of spiritual status. So for us, we're at a very beginner status, so there's a certain type of rule for us. A very elevated devotee may not have to obey certain rules that we have to obey, and once you're God realized, yat pada pankaja paraganishev tripta yoga prabhava vidhuta khila karma bandha swairam charanti munayo pinanahyamanas tasye chaya tava kutah tava pushah kuta eva bandha. Shukdev ji explains to Parikshit, Parikshit, God himself is beyond dharma and adharma, so the saints who reach him also go beyond dharma and adharma. Those rules of do's and don'ts don't apply to them anymore. The saint's mind is absorbed all the time in the nectar of the lotus feet of Shri Krishna. And since his mind is always in Shri Krishna, all of his past karma has been obliterated, and he cannot do any more karma anymore. Nothing the saint does will ever count as karma. So, swairam charanti, that saint can move around according to his own will. There is nothing holding over him that you have to do this, you have to do that. He says when God himself is beyond dharma and adharma, then the saints who have attained him, they also go beyond dharma and adharma. Those are basic rules for us beginners. They don't apply to God and the saints. So they're not breaking any rules. It's just that us as beginners, we're like that kid. How come you get to do that and I don't? You're breaking the rules. No, those rules don't apply to your parents. So those rules don't apply to God or the God-realized saint. So we have to understand the difference between what actions we can imitate and what actions we can't. Otherwise, we'll get in big trouble. Nai tat samachare jatu manasapi hyanishwara vinashyatyacharan maudhyad yatha rudrobdhijam visham. If you try to imitate someone who's at a higher level than you, you might get in big trouble. The example given in this shlok by Shukdev ji to Parikshit. All these shloks I'm quoting for you are from Bhagavatam, from this conversation between Shukdev ji, who was trying to give the knowledge, and Parikshit, who was confused by Krishna's actions. So he says, you know, Bhagwan Shankar, when they did Samudra Manthan and that halahal vish came out, that most poisonous poison, and he came and saved the world by drinking it and holding it in his throat. And all that happened to him was his throat got a little darker blue. If you watch Bhagwan Shankar doing that and you think, I'm also going to drink halahal vish, what's going to happen to you? So, vinashyatya charan modhyat. You'll destroy yourself by such foolish actions. If you see a trained acrobat walking across a high wire 100 feet high with no net below, and you say, yeah, Let's say you're like a big wrestler and you're proud of your muscles and you think, oh, if that scrawny little guy can walk across there, I can too. And you get up there, you'll fall and you'll regret it on the way down. So in this world, we don't imitate those who are of a higher status than us. So in the spiritual world, we can't imitate those who are of a higher status either. That acrobat trained to be able to do that. That saint did sadhana to get to that level, to be able to transcend dharma and adharma. Anyatra dharma danyatra smat krita kritat anyatra bhutat cha bhavyat cha yattat pashyasi tadvad Kenopanishad. God and saints are beyond dharma and adharma, among other things. They're beyond time. They're beyond doing and non-doing because they're beyond karma. So in the end, Shukdev ji said to Parikshit, Ishvaranam vachah satyam tathaivan janasamprada. Ishvaranam vachah satyam tathaiva charitang kvachit. Tesham yat swavacho yuktam buddhimans tatsamacharet. The wise person only imitates those actions of saints and God that are in accordance with their teachings that they gave us. So in other words, it's a case of do as I say, not as I do. What they have told us to do for our level, that's what we have to do. And if they ever do any actions of that class, we can follow those actions. Otherwise, no. So saints and God perform their actions with the help of Yoga Maya, a divine power. It's also called Swarup Shakti. That Yoga Maya allows the saint to always keep their mind in God and perform Mayic-looking actions. So we see those Mayic-looking actions and we get confused. We see Dhruv, God realized at age 5, and then he got married and had kids. So you would say, wait a second, if he's free of Maya, it means he's free of Mayic desires. So if you don't have lust and those kinds of desires, why would you choose to get married, and how could you have kids? No, a saint can do it. We can't do it. That's why we think it's impossible for the saint. Dhruv had his mind in God, and yet he got married and he had kids. Other saints have fought wars, ruled kingdoms for thousands of years. If you're not greedy, why would you fight wars to expand your kingdom? Doesn't make sense to us, and yet saints are seen to be doing it. Dhruv did it, Prahlad did it, Janak, Ambarish, they all did it, and yet their mind was always in God. So even knowing this, if we meet a living saint, remember I gave you the example of Gadadhar who got confused by Pundarika Vidyanidhi, seeing he was living in a palace. So it doesn't even take that much to confuse us. Let's say we see a saint and, he's wearing a gold ring with a big diamond. What's the need for that? If he's experiencing divine bliss, why does he need a diamond ring? Chakra gaye hum log. Aur gir gaye. All it takes is that much for us to spoil our thinking, and all of a sudden we start having negative thinking. Humse kya matlab hai Guruji kaun si anguthi pehen rahe hain? Apni sadhana kare, apni seva kare, kya matlab hai humko? Oh, Guruji's riding in a Mercedes? He couldn't sit in a simple car? What does it matter? All that matters is, are you following the instructions, and are you getting benefit by following Guruji's instructions? Yes, definitely. Okay, then why are you spoiling your mind, worrying about what ring is he wearing, and what car is he sitting in what house is he living in, and is he married or not married? I would go so far as to say, let's say, I'm just saying this in a joking manner, but there's a truth behind it. Let's say Your Guruji comes to your house and you have like years of experience. Okay, my Guruji, because of his grace, I've been following this sadhana. I've gotten so much benefit, so much bhav. My attachments are less. You have the ultimate proof. Let's say you see Guruji going through your drawers. He's in your house and you just peek in and he's going through your drawers. He sees some money, few $100 bills. He puts it in his pocket. So, Guruji, chor ho gaye. Ye adharma hai. Again, I would go to this point of saying, who cares? Are you getting internal benefit of following Guruji? What do you care if he's a thief? What difference does it make? Are you getting the benefit of his teachings, and are you getting the benefit of following his sadhana? He may be a thief, he may fits every stereotype that we know of how a saint is supposed to be, or he may fit none of the stereotypes. None of that matters. All that matters is the personal benefit you're deriving by following the path taught by that saint. So if we keep this in mind, then our mind will stay positive, and only then we can do satsang. To get the saint's grace, we have to do satsang. Our mind has to be joined with the saint. He is sat, and we have to do sang. But if the sat is correct, and we're not doing sang because we're letting our mind get involved in these petty negativities, then we're the ones who are blocking that flow of grace, actually. Guruji is trying to grace us, and we're unable to receive it because we're unable to join our mind with him. So just remember, always keep an anukul bhav towards Guru, and that way you'll keep receiving his grace. So if ever you find your mind is wandering off in any of these wrong directions, bring it back to this philosophy. Remember what you heard here today. So this is where I will end today. Tomorrow is Guru Purnima, and I'm going to summarize everything that I taught over this whole week-long session by answering the question, who is greater, God or Guru? Some scriptures say God is greater. Some scriptures say Guru is greater. And some say they're both equal. So tomorrow I'll resolve this discussion. I'll answer this question for you, and in the process we'll get a good review of all of this material. Boliye Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki. So today we'll just do a simple kirtan. We won't need the books. Guru Govinda Govinda Guru Govinda Guru Govinda Govinda Guru Govinda. Govinda Govinda Guru Govinda Guru Govinda Guru Govinda 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 Govinda Guru Govinda.
Guru Govinda, Govinda, Guru Govinda, Guru Govinda, Govinda, Guru Govinda.
Guru Govinda, Govinda, Guru Govinda.
Guru Govinda, Govinda, Guru Govinda, Guru Govinda. Guru Govinda, Govinda, Guru Govinda, Guru Govinda, Govinda, Guru Govinda, Guru Govinda, Govinda, Guru Govinda, Govinda, Guru 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 Govinda, Govinda, Guru Govinda, Govinda, Guru 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 Govinda, Govinda, Guru Govinda, Govinda, Guru Govinda, Guru Govinda, Govinda, Guru Govinda, Guru Govinda, Govinda, Guru Govinda, Govinda, Guru 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 Govinda, Guru Govinda, Govinda, Guru
श्रीमत सद्गुरु सरकार की
जय।
श्रीमत युगल सरकार की
जय।
जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय